My Fijian Voices is proudly produced in partnership with the British High Commission. Meet Adrian Bossley, the founder and innovative mindset behind the increasingly popular online SME Fiji sales coach. With over 20 plus years of sales experience, Adrian is injecting his passion and commitments into refining mindsets, leadership, personal branding, and most importantly, equipping Fijians with an elite level of sales training.
This is Adrian Bossley, founder of Fiji Sales Coach, and this is Mai Fijian. Bula. I hail from Suva. My mom is from Kandavu, Vambe Ono to be precise. My dad is born in Labasa, but one of those early European settlers. So lived in Suva majority of my life. Moved over to Nandi the last 8 years to pursue a career with Wyndham, where I currently hold the position of sales director. Which I'm very honored to have, and it's a blessing to have. And as of late last year, around June, I then started also my own consultancy business. So Fiji Sales Coach, what that basically is, it's coaching or consulting for people in sales to take them to an elite level. So I deal with people from anywhere from people on the ground level or the front line, right up to upper management. My goal is to ensure that people can understand the process of sales, can understand the mindset behind sales, and can also understand the culture behind sales. Sales is in every industry, whether we choose to believe it or not. We are always in a position where we're selling something, right? But I think a lot of us, we lack the knowledge, or we lack the confidence or the understanding of the process itself. So in turn, I've been blessed that I've had success through my current job and previous other jobs. I've had the ability of working in telecommunications, through funding programs for private sector companies, and also now in the holiday industry. So I've been blessed to be around a bit, and I'm thankful that I can share my knowledge and my understanding with other individuals or other corporations. I was obviously, I could say, living the life. I had the great job, I have a great family. We bought this beautiful home in Denarau, and then in a way, everything got taken away from us, right? Not just me, but a lot of people in tourism. And a lot of us, some of us lost our jobs, some of us got reduced hours. And I guess a lot of people were saying, well, you know what, for 2020, let's just survive. I thought otherwise. I thought, well, we can survive, but why can't we prosper? Because I believe that true leaders are born in crisis. I also have my family, and I guess they were a huge inspiration to me, because I have worked hard to believe that I have created a certain lifestyle that I enjoy, and I'd like to maintain that. Now, if certain doors are closed, what doors are open? And I guess I put myself in a position where I could look at other ways to diversify my skills to ensure that my family could keep the lifestyle that we are happy with, that I feel like we deserve. And hopefully to, if anything, inspire others to say, hey guys, even though things may be shut, especially for us in the western side, there are opportunities out there if we put our mind to it. So the trainings I provide essentially are sales training. And that covers, anything from how you wake up in the morning, how do you prepare yourself, right to, greeting a customer, rapport building, understanding the benefits over the features, understanding your customers. What people have to realize in the sales game today, which is so different from previous times, is that people will buy you before they buy the product. I would imagine, Andy, that in your role in Mai TV, people don't get on this program because of Mai TV. They get the program of the person representing Mai TV. So I believe that the person or the people themselves are the brands before the brand or the product actually gets launched or gets released, right? So that's what I'm trying to really push or to discover within people, that you are the product before the product, if that makes sense. So I do a lot of sales training, but I also do mindset and also culture, because I think they all intertwine. You can't sell if you don't have the right mindset. You can't get results if you don't have the right behavior, which in turn creates the right culture. So I kind of have different modules of training, And I'm thankful enough that it's been well received by the companies that I have jumped on board, and they are looking to have more long-term relationships with me moving forward. Yeah, that's a really good question. So some of the challenges I faced is that, first of all, how will this be received? I've only ever done this at my current work. I had companies come on board who are in the finance institutions, banks, chemicals. I just did Vinod Patel hardware, telecommunications, going back to Digicel. So there's been a vast range of different industries, and I thought to myself, well, if I've only really learned what I know right now from the hotel industry or from the tourism industry, how would they take my message on board? But the whole idea and the whole reason behind COVID, I think that where people have been successful is the ability to adapt. So I've been able to adapt to certain things. That has been a fear factor initially. So that's been one. The other one is probably because I do these half-day or full-day trainings, the engagement of people. So that's been a big fear. Will people, why do these trainings, will they want to stay engaged with me? Will they kind of float away after 1 or 2 hours? So the way I do trainings, where I think it's been very well received, is very interactive. I put people on the spot. I give people name badges so I can call their names out during trainings to give them a voice, because if anything, I think we have the abilities and the potential future, but we lack to speak out. So I like to give people platforms during my trainings to hopefully give them confidence as leaders to move forward, because everyone's voice counts. I guess the best thing about what I do, one of my quotes is, your success is my success. To see people take on board, to see people step out of their shell, to see people that they have the opportunities to go above and beyond. I believe some of the challenges that people face in Fiji is that we live in a capped society. We are told what we can and can't do. And if we look at something, for example, in tourism, in a place like Denarau, which takes up 80% of our tourism, majority of the upper level is taken by expats. Now, why is that? Do we need them? Yes, we do to a certain extent. But why do we not have the ability to go above and beyond that? I've been fortunate enough that I hold a position which never been held by a local before, but I also feel that there are a lot more locals that can take those positions as well. So I guess the reward for me is letting people know that you guys can go above and beyond. You deserve it. The opportunity is there. You just have to look for it and believe it. So that's the rewarding factor for me, to give that confidence back to the people. Well, I guess with my current job with Wyndham, it has given us some reduced hours, but I'm very thankful that I still are there full time, and I'm still with my team, and we are confident about moving forward. In regards to my consultancy, it's opened up a lot of opportunities. I guess one thing we look at now, due to COVID and a lot of companies around being affected, a lot more companies are now looking into preparation mode. So if it's a bit quiet, they've got more time to do things. So therefore, I guess my work has come at a good time, because in regards to trainings and getting people prepared for when things do open up and we go back to a sense of normality, it's been almost a blessing. So I'm happy to jump on board to get people ready, because we don't know when the borders will open up. But if the borders were to open up in the next 1 month or 6 months or 8 months, as a company, in regards to your mindset, in regards to the culture, where would you want to be? I would assume you wouldn't want to be starting from the bottom. You would want to already be on an elite high, so when that opens up, we are shooting out of the blocks. So that's what I'm trying to instill right now. I'm trying to get people prepared, because there is light at the end of the tunnel, and things will get better for all of us. So first and foremost, the investment starts here. If your heart's not in it, then it's going to be hard to win anything, regardless of whether you're in a crisis or not. So be invested in what you want to do. Secondly, find gaps. Find what people are not doing. There's a lot of opportunities out there that people can jump on. Change your verbiage. Where you see risk, change that to opportunity, right? Where you see fear, change that to growth. So you got to change your mindset. Create a growth mindset as opposed to a fixed mindset. A lot of us are still stuck in this default, or I call it autopilot, where we go through the certain things. And if you go through the same things, you get the same results. We need to change the way we think and look at opportunities, right? And look at learning from those opportunities. You only win in life and you learn. Remove failure out of your vocabulary. So for people going to smaller companies and SMEs, go in with a passion, look for the gaps, look for what people are not doing, right? And you will find stumbling blocks, you will find hardship, you will find times you want to give up. But if anything that your heart's invested into, you'll keep going. I tell people this, The majority of millionaires in the world, well, I think about 85% of them are self-made. What does that mean? It means someone had a crazy idea about doing something where everyone probably told them not to do it, and they probably did it countless times and failed and failed and failed, but then they eventually got it right. You will eventually get it right. As long as you keep your heart and your mind in the right place, then anything's possible.
Up next, I introduce you to Salanieta Saukitoga. Find out more about her SME that she operates on Vio Island, which is also home to some of Fiji's rugby greats like Aminiasi Tuimamba. My Fijian Voices is proudly produced in partnership with the British High Commission. My Fijian Voices is proudly produced in partnership with the British High Commission. Lautoka's Vio Island, accessible by a 5-minute boat ride from the Sugar City's coastline, was once reliant on candles and kerosene lamps at sundown. Now, with the support of some partnerships, including the British High Commission, it is equipped with electricity after the installation of a microgrid and solar battery system. Electricity on the island has benefited SME operations, one of which is managed and run by Salanieta Saukitoga.
Bula, my name is Salanieta Saukitoga and this is my Fiji. Navango Salanieta Saukitoga. Ayaw maramani sosonaviti asawa. Awawati wayalevu asawa. Au vai tiko ngai Vio. Au volta kes blog tiko ngai yanu Vio. Me baletanga na bulani matabu vale. So nabe kai lavaki mai kornibulir to nangone. Au ngai ndo banga takati au liati ngaki nice block be bukati kona be kai ndo elenga na lomani matabu vale. Ndo lans kornibuli. So na kai Pakatanga kinana nito saumini nito sola. Dal saumiti kona sola na bulavo. Sanda uliatunga na ice block me vengu batunga na so saumini sola. Oya nong buni binakatanga me uliana ice block. Baleta usendran taum bale meu vangare lavo meu akameu bolita ki kakana. Totolonga bia me tungai vale. Me uliatunga na ice block me bolita ki chikolomani mata vale. Oso taba vale bonanrenre na liba. Na liba so nangauna ni wakamendo taunauda me rungurungan raki. Asanda sa seni kau na ice block. Wakame waidalatunga. Sengenda ubanga takanga na generator. Au so tabatalanga kina ndende ndo nungu laboni ice block au bolia telekina na wai. Ko banga takana nungu generator. Merawani ngai kau binaka na ice block. Binaka bea na bolita na takabana bisini singo. Totolo. Batalanga rawa bea na kena vaka na kena belatani bea mandanga. Haronu bola kina na mengu boni kau. Belato ni tuta o koengoli. So ngauna sini boli binaka na hika. Sabaka me buke tolo mani matabu vale. Na bolita ki ice block di kubango. Orto nangone rona lubengu. Koto me vera na rarama yani lo mani vale baleta ni ro ngani buli ndo buli lesoni. Binaka kina bea na sola. Baleta ni nungu bisini se lako binaka tiko. Ko wakanga me ko binaka rasangol mer mai bolia. Era boli tunga na bisinga. Kona COVID-19 kitu au bangaran dona wanga me lako itai. Ili boli mene ya ni ice block. Ngai kainren rebe au ni lockdown tiko. So nangauna tako sanawanga me lako itai, daun rakida, senroni lako nawanga. Sandau kem sandau tungai yanu. Me rakida tu ya, malu-malumu tigo nunggu ice block. Malu-malumu. Kami daun salai kata-kata menasing sanggai kau atale na ice block. Nilako mai na waitu dambe mai me lako lomanikoro. Lubu na suasana liba-liba latani lako chiko nangele. Suasua sababu na sarangana sa sinirawan ni mixta ka na ice block ni sanda umboko mai na pawa ni sola. Kanila ko na kona COVID-19 ko ala Kongo. Na bolta ke ice block samba au batilani bina katiko lo mani matabu wale. Te maritu ko sone lavo. Bebu ketiko na kena sota bitiko na ndre vango. Na ko mani COVID-19. Na vangilamba nongo bolita katunga na ice block sa bebu ketiko na lo mani bubale. Matani kema mimbula iwaye obinakati kumendona nongu stoa dona stoa le mena vanduri ai lomani korowio.
Next, I introduce you to one of Fiji's popular band, The Gang. Meet them after the break on My Fijian Voices. My Fijian Voices is proudly produced in partnership with the British High Commission. My Fijian Voices is proudly produced in partnership with the British High Commission.
You don't have to be beautiful to turn on. I just need your body, baby. From dusk till dawn.
Bulunaka guys, my name is Saki Kalomera. I'm a vocalist here at The Gang. I hail from Ulimbau in Motoriki in the province of Mai Fijian.
It's another fiery afternoon, hotter than the month of June. So we should go beach now, cool down, pull around the water's right, yeah.
My name is Ilisoni Tonga. I'm from Mundu Korlo Mai Fijian, Vasu Undu Kambara Lau. I'm a vocalist for The Gang, and I think if you ask the boys, probably the hype man. If Saki was the voice, I would be the hype man. Yeah.
Hola, my name is Bill William Maram. I play bass. I'm also the music director for The Gang. Yeah, and I'm from Kandavu, Nakaselek Kandavu. Yeah.
Bola, my name is Tom Namburisi. I'm from Kandavu, Nakaseleka in Nakornal, and I play drums for The Gang.
Bola, we're The Gang, and this is our Fiji.
The name The Gang, we kind of figured it out from a day we were sitting here at Top Shop. We were trying to think of names when the band started, but before that we were already having gigs. And the funny thing is, like, we had a few names that came up earlier. It was just really, I won't mention it though. It was really fun in a way because we were trying really hard to come up with a name because we were getting gigs. And The Gang is actually that term that I think every Fijian knows, whether you're from international or you're local. The Gang is that slang term. Oh, us gang, you gang. The gang from the village or the gang from Suva. So we just thought, okay, what about us gang from Suva? We're just using the gang Fiji. So that's where the gang came from. It's from the slang, the gang.
So The Gang is a family well, we're family first, but then we're a band after.
I think one of the main reasons why we are formed at one point, our very own music industry was heading where it's supposed to. And we saw that program music took over, sort of invaded live music. So we thought doing something about it, doing something about our music to impact the industry. So now, while we're on the road doing a thing, we're trying to inspire younger musicians, and just planting the seed of happiness, hope, and love. To the people of Fiji and the people that listen to us.
We were all just individually musicians, like even before we knew each other, and then we somehow it's all connected. We met, and then we just decided, why not? Since everyone has the talent and we have the potential to actually start a band, why not just do it? And so yeah, I guess that's how I remember the gang starting.
Music is the language of the soul and is what defines the DNA for one of Fiji's most popular bands. Composed of a group of inspirational male musicians that are also very skillful performers. Each of the artists that perform in the group have earned their reputation through their soulful and live performances. The gang has cemented its status as a household name in Fiji's growing music scene, creating a huge fan base far and wide.
We've released 3 tracks so far. We've got Kamida, a Fijian ballad, and Endless Summer, funk number written by my brother Tom, and then It's You, the third one, which is kind of like a pop, indie pop song. Yeah. Those are the only 3 tracks that we've released at the moment, but we're working on our album currently. Yeah.
I have a few originals that we were supposed to drop like last year and this year, but I'll be working hard on that, and we'll probably be releasing those originals later this year. Look out for it. Yeah.
So I think the tracks, it seems like I'm the music director. I work on the music arrangements and the music. So mainly the bass part that I try to make it funky, make it lively, make it memorable for the listeners. Yeah.
We've played at numerous events across Fiji, including a lot of corporate events, weddings, fashion shows and stuff that we've been blessed to perform at. Yeah.
Fiji Fashion Week. No one else knows it, but in the past 5 years we've been probably the band that has been performing for Fiji Fashion Week. Last year was our 5th year, and it really because that's probably our first big gig that actually we had to scramble on the day because we had no stage. And shout out to Soncha, who's the owner of Onyx. He brought the stage. I think the boys remember this. We had no banner. We were really adaptive into live music, but that really took a toll on us on how we approached live music and live music in Fiji, because everything could go wrong at any time. But the composure that we got and the experience we got from that night there really, it really helped us strive for better music, live entertainment in the next 4 years and 3 years since we've been performing like big events like Fiji Fashion Week. So we performed with the Fiji Awards, Fiji Awards Council, is it? Fiji Business Excellence Awards for three years. Yeah, so we've been around with a lot of events around locally.
I think one of the unforgettable ones when we back Swiss as a band, back up Swiss, and who's the other? Sammy J. Yeah, that's what was one of the highlights for us.
It's amazing how you knock me off my feet. Yeah. Every time you come around me, I get weak.
For me, I'd have to say my dad, because he was the one who introduced all of us to music. In my family, he was the one who played in church and kind of like introduced it to us. So I'd say he's my inspiration when it comes to music. Yeah.
My performances are draw inspiration from artists like Bruno Mars. Well, most of us super mega artists that do live performances. So for us, it's not really just hearing the music that you hear, like all the well, we would say normal people here on the radio, but we actually we prefer listening to their live performances more than their studio recordings.
Usually, for us, like the musician side, we get our inspiration from gospel musicians, and as we've grown older, our music inspiration changes. For me now, it's my daughter and my wife is my biggest inspiration. Yeah.
I think ever since I was 6 years old, I got my first drum set my mom had bought for me, and so I was always inspired to play drums. And then just like later on, just watching other musicians, especially those in America, those in New Zealand, just seeing how much more I can do, like how much more potential drummers can give out. I guess that's what inspires me to like just keep going. Yeah.
I think just when the band began, one of the challenges was securing gigs, trying to get our name out there to start getting gigs and stuff. So I think that will be one of the challenges that we faced.
To understand the music industry in Fiji and trying to work around the sound that we wanted to get out there, the unique sound that we have.
The challenges that I probably faced was just insecurities, probably, fear, the normal stuff. So it's nothing new, it's just the normal stuff. Some probably anxiety before every performances.
Like going out into big crowds, so used to just playing like maybe like in a room of 20 people and stuff. So I guess just getting out, building confidence, that was probably one of the struggles, but we all just overcame it through time. Yeah, but I guess that was just one of the hardships.
But back then, I think some of us were still in high school, some of us were still in universities, and only a few of us were working. So I think the challenges were finding that time to jam.
I think the best thing about being in the band is just when you see people smile while you're performing, like to be able to bring that joy to people and to spread that love and positivity. That's what I love about being in the music industry, I guess. Yeah.
And I just don't wanna stop.
For me, I really like the idea of manifesting this vibe that we have manifesting the vibe, the good feeling and the vibe that I have when I actually perform with my fellow musicians, my band members. That vibe there, I light up when I see people actually feel that vibe, or when actually experiences the music that I'm hearing. So I go the extra mile whenever I see people having fun or enjoying the music that we jam. So yeah, that's the best thing.
I think being able to produce that solid groove out there, for me, like personally, if you see someone down there, if I'm not getting him on the dance floor, then I'm not doing my part. So yeah, that's the big thing for yeah.
I think the best thing would be probably being the loudest and the most hypest, but still getting to sit while this gang all standing up. I think that's probably something I enjoy, and I'm at the back, really observing.
I think it in fact impacted us in terms of events and functions being cancelled due to the pandemic. So I think one point last year we had to refund people's deposit that they've already paid for events that we were supposed to perform at. So I think that would be one of the difficulties that we had to face.
Honed in on our craft. So that's probably how COVID has actually helped us. Probably time management of our craft, time with our family also. Is probably, I would say, the best thing I would take out from a challenging situation such as COVID is probably we've actually appreciated, for me, we've appreciated time now that we have with all this curfew and all.
Just to work hard at your craft, This industry is a hard one to be in, because it's pure passion driven. You have to have a lot of passion for music to be able to do this. You know, it's not what it looks like on the outside, like all the flashy stuff, but it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. Yeah.
Don't let this opportunity go, no matter how small the opportunity may be, or how big the opportunity may be, how intimidating it may be. Just take your chances, and it's okay to fail.
Practice, use the clothes of practice, practice really hard. Know your unique sound, or your strengths on your whatever instrument that you're playing.
Most drummers, they just start from beating on pans and pots. Just get your hands dirty and just keep going, and the track will just align. If you're passionate for it, it'll just come. But just keep getting into it.
See us releasing more original music. Yeah, releasing more original music, releasing an album, hopefully in the near future.
My aspiration is to be in the. It's funny, but I wanna be on the road in the bus, doing what we're doing now. But instead of cafes and events, locally I'm doing it worldwide.
Right now, to be very honest, we are dying to be on that One Love stage in New Zealand. That's, I think, one of the very first goals that we are targeting at the moment.
I think our vision is pretty much the same, just sharing our original music to the world, and and just maybe touring, and just being able to share our own music with everyone.
Thank you for watching our show. I hope you enjoyed meeting the very inspirational Adrian Bossley of Fiji's sales coach, VO Island's Salanieta Saukitoga, and one of Fiji's popular bands, The Gang. Now get in touch with me if you also know of someone that has an inspiring story that we can share on our platform. You can message me via our Mai TV Facebook page. Don't forget to like our page and share this video. I'm Andy Blake. This is Mai Fijian Voices. Nisamo demanda.
My Fijian voices. My Fijian voices. My Fijian voices.
Mai Fijian Voices is proudly produced in partnership with the British High Commission.